Welcome to Business as a Magical Practice, where your business is the vehicle for your self-integration and soul evolution. My name is Sam Garcia, and I'm the founder of Dirty Alchemy Digital Marketing. And I'll be guiding you through how you can use your business as a spiritual practice and what magical businesses are doing to hit their goals and change the world. Together, we'll be relating the mystical to the world of business so that our work can unite spirit and matter, shadow and light, conscious and unconscious. Let's dive in.
Hi, everyone. Today I'm here with menstrual mentor and feminine business guide, Rachel Symington. If you do not know her, she is, as I said, a menstrual mentor, feminine business guide, and queen of making things happen, making things easier. She empowers women by combining modern business strategy with ancient wisdom to live in alignment with their menstrual cycle, the seasons of the moon, seasons and moon cycle to lead a fulfilling and abundant life. So welcome to Business as a Magical Practice, Rachel.
Thank you. That was a really great interview. I'm sitting here like, wow, I wrote that.
Yeah, I had to ask Rachel ahead of time, like, is this still the bio you want to use? She was like, yep, that's me.
Sure. Sounds good to me. Yeah. I don't know when I wrote that, but good job me. Yes, that's me. That's what I do. I'm a mom of 2 little kids and live on a bunch of land in Western Kentucky, and I like to watch Netflix, and yeah, that's about it. Swim in my lake when it's warm enough, be out in nature. I'm figuring out how to garden right now. So that's pretty much me in a snapshot.
Well, and today we're going to be talking about the successful lazy bitch. So we'll hear more about all of this.
Yes.
And just some background on how I conjured Rachel into this interview was, if you've been following the podcast, you know that I did a masterclass called Creatrix, How to Elevate from Overwork to the Successful Lazy Bitch everyone is talking about. I stole that from a sweatshirt that I saw Julia Wells wearing, and I was like, yes, who the fuck doesn't want to be a successful lazy bitch? Or who doesn't get triggered by that idea? Let's put that as a subtitle. And Rachel creates these sweatshirts, and if you're watching the video on YouTube, like, she's wearing the sweatshirt. I'm waiting for mine in the mail. Or else I'd be wearing it too, and it could have been matching.
Yeah. It's so funny. I was talking to Julia earlier about like how I created this brand. And I was like, if I'm being honest, I already had like the whole lazy bitch thing in mind. I was like, this is who I am. Like, if I can't be a lazy bitch and do business, then I don't want it. And just really like leaning into that. And one night I was just making like sweatshirts for myself because I wanted one that said lazy bitch. And I was like, that's just not enough. It needs to be something else.
Oh,
and out of the clear blue, I was like, ooh, successful lazy bitch. I was like, oh my God, that's so hot.
It's so hot.
And then I was high and I thought everybody will want these. So I decided to like sell them and then make a whole mastermind about it and then make a whole movement about it. And it's my favorite thing on the planet right now.
It's so good. I love that you have a full brand around it. It's so good. So who is the successful lazy bitch?
Ooh, like what is a successful lazy bitch?
Yeah.
So I think that definition is for the individual to define. And that's something that I love asking people is like, what does being a successful lazy bitch mean to you? And I thought it was really good that you brought up the fact that it triggers people. And that's why I decided to do it, because lazy bitch already triggers people. And then you add in successful lazy bitch. It's like, no, that's not how that works. That's exactly how that works. But for every single person, success looks different. And being lazy feels different to them based upon, I don't know, who they are, their human design, whatever. And the word bitch even has a different meaning to everybody. But I worked on this really great definition that was inspired by TikTok of all places. I was on TikTok on my bed and I was like, oh my God. And I got this download to just define every word. And oh my God, this is so good. Okay. So successful, like success we often think of as a destination, but it's a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think of what success means to you, and, you know, maybe it's traveling in a tiny home, maybe it's a house full of kids and a stay-at-home husband, maybe it is, I don't know, living off the land and no kids and living in a commune. I don't care what success looks like to you. Like, what did that feel like? And when you realize that you already have access to those feelings right now, like whether that's fulfillment, joy, appreciation, belonging, peace, you have access to all of those feelings right now. Sure, we can increase them, absolutely, but like you already are successful right here now. Like you just have to tap into those feelings and allow yourself to feel them. Being lazy is living your life the way you want and not conforming to what society finds acceptable or productive.
Mm-hmm.
And a bitch is a woman who doesn't give men or society what they want.
Oh, interesting. Wait, tell me more about that one, because I was like not expecting that to be the definition.
Yes.
Yeah.
It comes from a poem, and I wrote down so it's WAN Poetry. That's their handle on TikTok. And there are these two women that do, Glory B and Teresa Johnson do these poems, and they were doing one on what a bitch is. And it's an amazing poem, but I took that definition. A bitch is a woman who doesn't give men or society what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So you find success in your own way. You're lazy. You're doing things in a way that society doesn't deem acceptable or productive. And you don't give men and society what they want.
Okay, so I'm totally being triggered by this bitch definition. Because I'm like, doesn't that kind of assume that men, like all men in all society, has it out is negative for you? I don't know. I'm like that's what's coming up for me.
I can see how it might take it that way. It's, you know, when I say men in society, we live in a patriarchal society, and I'm not saying you know, every single individual male being on the planet, but our society is run in a very masculine centered way. Mm-hmm. Even down to the way that we function is focused on the masculine hormone cycle, which is daily, which is why it's like show up every day, just like this, versus the feminine cycle, which is monthly. That's completely thrown out the window and disregarded completely and utterly in society. And so for me, when I'm thinking, even very well-meaning, kind men, when I have told them about how I run my business or how I want to, or my visions moving forward, I'm talking about my father-in-law who I love dearly, my own dad, you know, male mentors I might have had in the past. They're like, you can't do it that way. Your business, like when the pandemic hit, your business is going to be the first to go, just so you know. I'm dead serious. I made more money in 2020 than in 2019. So, bought a house. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's not running it in the way that society, which is run by men, has said things have to happen. And it's doing it the complete opposite way. Because I shouldn't be able to build the business I build and work less than 10 hours a week.
Yeah. Can you tell how do you run your business?
Ooh, what a very loaded question. Actually, it's not. I mean, at the basis of it, I run it with my cycle, so my natural rhythms, and knowing, okay, like right now I'm ovulating, I'm in that queen phase of my cycle. I know this is what's going to work well for me. Like doing podcasts and shit like this is so effortless during this time. Not that I can't do another phases of my cycle, but it's just so easy right now. So I'm going to try to plan around that. I know next week I'm going to be an enchantress. I'm going to feel very, very differently. And I'm going to use that time to like fuel these creative projects that right now are just kind of ideas that I'm setting on. I know the creative energy is going to come next week. I know the week after that, I'm going to be in crone. I'm going to be bleeding, right? All that. We're going to I move my business in such a way that it works with my cycle versus against it, like constantly swimming against the current. And that really is like at the base of what I teach, because if you're not doing that, you can't be an SLB. And not fully, because you're still going to have that way of like working against your natural rhythms. Mm-hmm. So I run it with my cycle, but I don't know if you're familiar with human design. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So I am a 4/6 emotional projector, and I only have 2 centers defined. Okay, cool. My son too, and my daughter's a reflector. Fun fact.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm a protector son and a reflector daughter. But I'm so tired. Like I don't have a lot of energy to do things. And that just, it is what it is. So a long time ago, I made the rule that I only work 4 days a week. And it's been a kind of a journey to get to the point where I'm at now. But at this point, I work 3.5, 4 days a week, Tuesday through Friday. That's it. Sunday through Monday's off. I have these certain hours that I work, and I refuse to break those boundaries. Like that is, if my business can't fit inside those hours, then I don't want it. Basically. So I just have these really strong boundaries. In order to make my business fit those boundaries, I have had to let go of the things that society has deemed as important for growing a business and listen to my own intuition of what actually is priority and what actually is important. If I only have these set amount of hours to work, how am I going to choose to fill them? And I won't fill them anymore. I mean, of course, I'm a human. Sometimes I, overflow, but very rarely. And so that's part of being an SLB, is realizing what is important and what isn't. Like, I have to have this website, and I have to have these funnels, and I have to do it this way, and I have to take these pictures, and I have to make these graphics, and I have to show up in this group and go be everywhere. No, I just choose the few things that are super important to me, and that's where I put my energy, and that's it. And of course, I've built a team that helps me work less and less, but that requires a lot of trust to hand that over. A lot of letting go of our ego that if I can't do it myself, then I don't deserve it. Shit that holds us from getting help. So that's basically how I do that, is by having these really strong boundaries and deciding, like, if it requires me to work more than 10 hours a week, then it's not worth the sacrifice to me, because success to me is time with my kids and homeschooling them and in nature and like living, as much as I love what I do. So success isn't always like money or clients. It is part of it, but yeah, I know what I want. I'm not willing to compromise on it. So I've had to lean into my laziness to make it fit into what I want my business to look like.
So, so you work with clients on this, and I'm really hoping that you have some examples of people doing this outside of the coaching industry.
Oh, yeah. So in my Lazy Bitches Mastermind, the current one I have going, one of my clients is a nurse. And yeah, I know. I love it. She just finished. She's graduating actually on Tuesday. She'll be a registered RN. She's already got a job in ICU. She's been working as an LPN for, however long. And she also really wants to bring like working with your cycle into the nursing industry, because she's like, we already know that shit happens with the moon. So if we can bring that in and, let the feminine nurses know this is how like I'm going to operate. The masculine nurses know, hey, this is how my coworkers are going on right now. If one of us is in crone and the other's in queen, we can split the job so much more effectively. There will be less patient mistakes. We can understand, we can, bring more people in for the full moon. We can understand. Oh my gosh, she has this gorgeous plan. But she also, like, her goal right now, especially now that she's quit school, is to like learn to be lazy and not fill her time with shit, because she says that she uses work as a coping thing. Instead of like being with herself and discovering who she is as a human, she'll fill her 50 hours that now she has with work. So we're working right now on, now that she's made it through this and she's worked on being lazy, like, how can we be even more lazy? Like, oh my God, it's so juicy. I have more examples too, but that's my favorite one.
Well, that's because I've never worked a 9-to-5 job. Like, I knew that my fucked up brain couldn't handle it.
No. Gross.
I'm wondering, this is someone who has like, she has to be at work for a certain amount of hours a week, I'm assuming, or is that not so?
Yeah.
She like actually was trying to work her way out of that and just completely redefine this.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sure eventually she wants to, be educating other nurses. I think that's her end goal. But in order to do that, of course, you have to work for however long. So for example, her, maybe I'll have to send this episode to her. She'll love this. So so her goal right now is I have 3 sessions a week, or 3 sessions. Look at me. 3 shifts a week that she wants to work. And then she's like, and I only want to take, 2 at my old job just because I don't want to leave my old patients because I love them. And otherwise, I refuse to pick up more shifts. Like, that's my line in being lazy. It doesn't matter if she works for somebody else or if she works for herself. It's just like me. I've chosen I work 3.5 days a week. So I'm going to work 3.5 days a week. And I'm not going to overstep that. And she's like, no matter how much they beg me, I'm not going to take on more shifts because I have other things that are important to me right now. And that's okay.
Can you tell us more client stories? Okay, I'm just wondering like the different shades of this.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like, who else is currently in that mastermind? Oh, okay. Here's my favorite one. She's actually joining the next round, and she was a private client of mine all last year. And she also I just hired her to help me manage my community as well. Right. But she went from being, she's a hairstylist and a damn good one. I mean, insanely talented. And she has decided that that's not what she wants to do anymore. She's a manifester. So she's like, well, on to my 4th career. Let's go. She's 40. She has 3 teenage kids, preteen teenage kids. And she wants to do menstrual blood paintings and teach women about like their cyclical nature and do maybe some form of mentorship. And she's finding out and she wants to write children's books, and she has like, a few different passions, but an artist and like a healer, and wants to teach women how to live cyclically. So she's helping me manage my Bleed and Succeed community now. And when I have overflow clients, I'm recommending them to her because I'm almost booked. So, yeah, she's completely gone from overworking and, booking as many clients as possible, working with people she doesn't like working with who drain her energy, to now like literally doing paintings with people's blood and, living cyclically. And, the few hair clients she still does have left, she's like, I work them around my cycle. I work way less. She's calling in insane amounts of money, like all the time. All the time from all different sources. But like, doesn't matter where it comes from. That's the thing. Calling in insane amounts of money. She's now moving. She is completely like shifting careers. She's building great relationships with her kids. Oh my gosh. And like doing it all, working in a way that was so opposite from that really toxic hustle industry that she was in for so long.
So beautiful. Okay. So how can we use our menstrual cycle to fuel our business, to make our business succeed even more?
So the answer isn't really what a lot of people expect, I think. Sure, I could go in and, teach the specifics of how to do that and yada, yada, yada. I mean, you can come in one of my containers for that, but it's, so Bleed and Succeed is definitely the place where all of my cycle education is. And I'm going to be doing, actually, I don't know when this will come out, but I'm going to be doing Your Cycle is Your Superpower class. And I'm going to put out there for like $11. I'm using it as the turn on event for another Bleed and Succeed launch because it's evergreen. So every couple times a year I'll do a launch for it. So I have one upcoming, and it's one of my original classes that I did 2 years ago. So I'm just re-recording it, making it better. But I'll be teaching like all the in-depth details of your cycle and how to understand it. But how do you use it with your business? You use it for everything in your life. So once you understand that we are like our hormones cycle on a monthly basis, our energy cycles on a monthly basis, we should be mothering differently, eating differently, loving on ourselves differently, working differently every single week because our energy, our mood, our skills, everything shifts. So when you have this understanding of, I change all the time. I'm not supposed to be the same every single day. The way I describe it, it's like this feeling of, I used to feel like I was on a roller coaster in the pitch black that I could never get off of. And I knew it was going to like one week I'm over here and the next I'm over there, and I'm constantly like getting thrown off. What's wrong with what's wrong with me? Why am I super okay this week and then like stumble off the other 2 weeks? So when you realize like this is how I'm made, all of the archetypes, all the phases have these amazing things to give, even if it doesn't look like what classical productivity is considered okay. The patriarchy really values 2 phases of our cycle over the other. So we can tend to feel like we're good a couple weeks and really shitty a couple weeks. So when you finally understand nothing's wrong with any of them, and we understand kind of their general flow and how that feels like to you, you start to realize, wow, this feels really easy during this phase of my cycle. But doing these things feels really kind of like hard and sticky. But that's weird. Like it was super easy last week. And you start to put these things together where you realize I can plan, for example, podcast interviews when I'm ovulating and sales calls when I'm ovulating, because I'm super into being around people. But Lord, if I had to do this 2 weeks ago, I mean, I could do it and I would still be super valuable and be able to show up. But like, it would drain me a lot more, and I would need a lot of self-care around it, and bath time and early bed and maybe a massage. Whereas now it's not really taking a lot of energy from me. So I'm going to optimize my time by doing things when it feels easiest. And then if it doesn't feel easy, I put it for the time when it will. And really planning with that, knowing that ahead of time, so that I'm not trying to do everything I need to do in one day. I really put it for the time that it's easy. It's like swimming with the current versus against it. Which one are you going to choose?
I bet this helps with trusting yourself too, because I know within myself, I'm sometimes like I made a decision last week, and then this week I'm doing the exact same thing, and I'm like not feeling it, but it could just be a different phase of my cycle. So, but instead of being like, everything's wrong, I need to throw everything away, like it's like, no, like you just have to wait a couple weeks to work on this again.
My favorite thing that I think it's so cute when I see it from my clients, they'll be like, I don't know what phase I'm in. I'm like, yes, but you do. You know, like I'm like, you understand kind of like the general personalities of each archetype. You know what those feel like. Sit with yourself for a minute, and how do you feel? And every time when I ask them to sit for a second and just tell me how you feel, I'm literally like, and then they see it written out or they hear themselves, and I'm like, and which archetype do you feel that is? And they know it. It comes off. They're like, well, a little bit of enchantress, but mostly crone. I'm like, cool. Then that's correct, because that's how you feel. And it's very much a getting in tune with yourself and trusting yourself. And it's really beautiful when you get to this moment where after you've kind of it's an ancient wisdom that we all know, like, right? Like even when I say it, you're like, oh my God, yes, that's right. Because it's literally ingrained in our DNA. We got stopped. We stopped teaching it to our children, which were our parents, who then never knew it and never talked to us about it. And so we know that what it feels like. We just have to like really work with that and listen to ourselves for a couple cycles. And when you get to this point where you should wake up and you're like, this is how I'm feeling. Like, I feel like I have maybe the spark of maiden energy, but like I'm mostly in queen, and like I'm definitely feeling like I want to just hang out with my kids versus the 2 days ago. I literally have notes and notes and notes of my entire next 3 months, this whole like maiden season, that's like spring maiden season that's coming. And I was like, oh, okay. Had all those ideas. Those are fine. Cool. Great. I'll work on them next week. And I'm just going to like chat with people and enjoy my family this week.
I love that. So what has been your journey in entrepreneurship? Have you always worked for yourself? Has it been like, what does that look like?
Yeah, good question. I've never really, when I was in college, I had jobs working for other people, when I was a nanny, but since I was an adult and out of college and had my kids, I had my kids really young. I was actually pregnant with my daughter when I graduated college. She's almost 7 now, and I'll be 28 and she'll be 7. So I had her really young, and I have my degree in biology, and then I have a teaching degree, and I don't think I'm licensed anymore. It's run out, but biology, chemistry, and physics. Fun fact, don't use any of it. And still paying for it too.
Physics, like, don't use that.
Did I pay $80,000 to school? Yes. Am I using it? Absolutely. Maybe a little bit of the biology and working with your cycle, but honestly, no. My story. So I didn't want to go back to work and go teach. I would have had school started 3 weeks after my daughter was born.
Wow.
Yeah, and I just in my intuition, everything said don't go. And so, but we needed money very badly, and so I started working in a network marketing business, and I did really, really well. And I really enjoyed it for the most part. I really love the supplements, and they helped me feel better. And I was really passionate about that for a really long time, especially with having my biology background. And I am a very health conscious person. I'm very crunchy. Both my kids were born at home, and this was before it was cool. So I live on a land. We're like composting and gardening. We're those people. My kids are outside barefoot right now. And so but I got bored. It was so, I got really good at it, and I got really bored, and it was just, I wanted something more. I really liked the coaching aspect of it. That's where I learned how to do that. And I was like, I have more to offer the world, and I can help people feel better more than just a supplementation. But when it comes to healing their guts, like, I know way more about diet and actually like lifestyle and how to do that. I understand the science behind it. I can educate them really easily. So I started out in gut health coaching and made like holistic. I know.
What a niche.
Holistic gut health like coaching. And oh my gosh, I had a group, and I had like 400 people in it super easily, and I sold my first course. My sales page was like a Facebook I don't even know if they have them anymore, but like the files, or I don't know, you can pick them on Facebook. And that was my first sales page, and I think my first launch was like $5,000. And doing shit, not knowing what I was doing, just literally putting things out there. And then I realized I hated that, and I didn't enjoy it. Got boring really fast and annoying to me. And I learned right around then, I learned about human design. Right around then, I had my first womb healing and was introduced to cyclical living. I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like, if I could just talk to women all day about their businesses and going after their big giant dreams, but doing it in a way that like feels really good to them, and not the way they've seen other people do it. Like, that's how I originally started my business, from learning my human design. I was like, this is it. And yeah, I switched that over, and that was December 2018.
Nice.
And that was the beginning of what I do now.
That's when all the men in your life told you were crazy.
Yes. Yeah. So what had happened was, the reason that I decided to go into coaching, I'd been dragging my feet for a while, and then my husband lost his job out of the blue. His Saturn return hit. And we both looked at each other, and I was like, you're not supposed to go back to work. And he was like, no. And we were already struggling financially. So then like,
wow.
we were fine, but like, it was like,
tight.
It was tight. We lived in a metropolitan area, 2 kids, and I made pretty good money. I made several $1,000s. He made a couple $1,000s, but like, it was just skirting by, and I was like, shit, I got to do that thing now. That really scares me. And yeah, I've been our sole income earner since July 2018.
That's amazing.
It's kind of surreal sometimes. It doesn't quite sink in.
How does it feel?
I don't get asked that a lot. Thank you. Thank you for asking me how that feels. Sometimes, and not so much lately, overwhelming. Like, the pressure can really get to me. And it's my own insecurities. It's nothing from anybody else. But like, my husband's like, oh, I would love to do XYZ. Like, we have friends in Iceland that we can go stay with whenever, as soon as it opens up. And I'm like, okay, cool. I definitely want to make that happen. And then I'm like, me, all me by myself. So what am I going to do? And I've done a lot of healing around, that was my own money stuff for sure. But sometimes it's like, okay, everything we want to do is up to me. And it is and it isn't. I've definitely had to change my perspective. Like, yeah, I always worked even when Greg worked, but like his job was to go out and do the job. And, we split a lot of tasks at home, but I still ran it. And now he does, like, he's the primary parent. I know I don't work a lot, but still, like, he definitely takes the reins on that. And that's so, oh my God, it's so hot to me. Yes, please figure out, like, he like gets the mailboxes ordered. He, I do call in the housekeeper, like, but he does the dishes. He does the laundry. He makes sure, I'll be like, babe, I'm out of underwear. And it's just so funny, like, how it's completely switched. And so, like, it really is a team effort. Like, he really contributes to our house. It isn't all just me, and I'm not alone. And I really had to that was a really big perspective shift kind of in 2020, was that, like, no, he's here to help me. I have my mentors to help me. I have my team to help me. My peers are here for me, my friends. I'm not doing this alone. But sometimes it can feel...
Well, and like, I'm sure you acknowledge how that is huge, huge work in and of itself, is allowing support from your husband in that way. Cause I personally know multiple female business owners who are killing it financially and like making more than their husbands, and like, whether that means their husbands are working less or whatever. But they're not allowing their husbands to take on that role. Like, they're still micromanaging like the household stuff. Like, even though like, so like, it's actually a big deal to like let go and be supported in that way.
Julia said that earlier too, when I did her. Yeah. She was, because she's like, but you let him take care of you. And to me, I'm like, I never saw that as a big deal, but she's convinced me that that's a big deal. So
no, it's a big deal. So
it was hard and it wasn't at the same time. That's very much our dynamic. Like, he's always kind of taking care of me. It was just I had to let go of the shame of not just wanting to be taken care of, but on a level, I need it. I need it to feel loved. I need it in order to hold everything, because I hold a lot. He does too. We hold different things. Some things we hold together, but I'm holding a lot. And I can't do all of that.
Yeah.
And I had to let go of the pride that I can hold all of that without help.
Yeah.
And admitting that, like, okay, I have to invest in what I need. And that's why, like, you already are a successful lazy bitch. Like, you don't need to work with me to figure that out. Working with me is holding that space as you're deconditioning. And the hardest part is being lazy and allowing yourself to be lazy.
Yeah.
And that's when all the stories come up. And so, yeah, just like leaning into that. Like, I've started investing in bi-weekly spa days for me, which is like one of my biggest dreams. That actually, it's really cool that I get to do that now. Last week I went and had a CBD massage for like, oh my God, so good. And yeah, so it's just like realizing, okay, I can let him take care of the food. Are we going to be eating HelloFresh boxes for the next year or so? Maybe. Yeah. Am I paying way too much money for that? Absolutely. Is our family happy? Yes. Are we a little bit bigger? At least me. Am I a little bit bigger than I was last year? Because yeah, you know what? And that's okay. I'll buy myself new clothes. I will have him. I'll buy a yoga membership. I'll do pictures. I don't care. But like, it's a trade-off. And, he raises our kids slightly differently than I do because he's a different person, and kind of releasing that, because I raised our daughter from, really young age, but he's been with our son since he was 4 months old. So it's really like seeing the difference in that and letting go of that tight hold. I still am very much a very active and involved parent, but it's the little things that like, yeah, that's the hardest part.
I feel like I need to teach my husband to be a successful lazy bitch. Because like, so I run a business and have a team and do all the things, and he's also like he's a regenerative agriculture designer. He runs 2 large scale regenerative farms on Maui. Like and like surfing all the time. So just total manifesting generator energy. But he's like still like, I'm like, we need to hire a house cleaner, and he's resisting it.
Okay, so my husband's a Mannington too.
I have nothing against it, but like he's totally, I can like see it in him where he's like, oh, that means this about me or that about me. So
yes,
like
I'm about to expose my husband here, and it's fine. I tell him this to his face, but like he's so funny. He has a harder time letting go and getting support now than I do.
Yeah.
Especially now that he is like, you know, takes the reins in taking care of the house and is with the kids a majority of the time. I'll be like, we need to get the housekeeper in. And he's like, no, it's fine. I can do it. And I'm like, you literally, the last breath was you telling me how exhausted and burnt out you are. Yeah. And the house is a disaster. Yeah. What do you mean you've got it? Or my favorite is like, I think we need to, you know, maybe add a 4th meal box to our weekly instead of 3, so that we don't have to worry about, you know, ordering and groceries and figuring out what we're going to eat. And he's like, oh no, I can handle it. I can take care of it. I'm like, you just got done telling me how you don't want to get up and cook dinner.
Yep. I think we need to become successful lazy bitches.
Dude, man. Or my favorite is like, we have really good friends here, and if he needs help with a project, I'm like, why don't you call Sam? And he's like, oh, you know, I got it. Mm-hmm. Sam would love to come help you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's very much, and we have it too, but it's this belief from society that if I can't do it myself, then I don't deserve to have it. I mean, that's things that I was actually told as a kid. Like if you can't earn it yourself, then it's sweeter once you earn it or whatever. Yeah. That's where I like the bitch thing. Like it's doing what society, like the things that society doesn't want me to do. Mm-hmm. And it turns me on.
That's where like I see the lazy thing, because I think Kentucky's like technically in the Midwest too. You're in the Midwest? No?
I would definitely say the state identifies with South, because we don't. It actually is quite. It's right in the middle. If you can imagine, Indiana, Ohio, and Tennessee had a baby.
There's Kentucky.
That's what Kentucky is.
But I'm from the Midwest then, and there's like this like work ethic, like that's how you're worthy is like that's a virtue. Work is a virtue. All of these things. So like the lazy thing is the real one.
I get a lot of shit from. Okay, not a lot. I actually. Energetically, I feel that I get a lot of shit from my family about this, like my like parents and siblings. And I'm pretty close with my mom. My mom doesn't understand it, but she's really supportive. Mm-hmm. But like, no one really gets it. They're beginning to. My uncle actually surprised me with like being like, he looked at my sweatshirt one day and he goes, I get it. I get why that works. And I just was like, are we healing the divine feminine and the divine masculine right now? And he's like a 60-year-old, almost 70-year-old, like hardworking man. He goes, I get it.
That's so good. I love it.
But they don't, like my sister doesn't even know what I do. Like, she doesn't comprehend it, you know, like, because we'll talk about it. She's like, I don't even get what you do. Like, I don't understand how you work so little. And like make money on the internet. It's just such a weird concept to them. But yeah, like it goes against, I had to decondition so much because I grew up in Republican red, actually Kentucky's kind of blue sometimes, but still like very like white Republican work ethic, blah, 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 blah. Very toxic masculine shit. And so now I'm very completely opposite of that. And it's very triggering and shocking to people. And I live for it.
Love it. Mm-hmm. So just moving on a little bit because we're getting to the end of our hour. But
okay, sorry.
No. I just have more questions that I want to ask. So I'm like, okay, this way now.
Okay, let's go. I'm here for the journey.
So what are you trying to manifest now?
Ooh. All right. So I had these really, really, really big manifestations that now I have all of them. So
well, the house, you already said.
Like, yeah, the house was a big one. I am manifesting a new car. It's just time. And I just want a new car. And I'm manifesting the perfect one so I don't have to go and shop. It's just going to somehow show up in my email or something. Like, that's what I'm manifesting because I'm too lazy to actually go out and look for a new car. That's what actually is happening.
That sounds like I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't care about cars at all. So like, I don't want to.
I just want a new one. Like, I want it traded. I just want it done for me. I don't really care how it happens. I just want a new car, but I want the exact one that I want without putting an effort in. Yeah. But I also I've wanted just money sitting in my bank account for so long, and so I want $20,000 in my savings account, just sitting there for me to look at and do whatever I want with. Mm-hmm. And then I'll figure out what I kind of already know what I want, but I just want to see it. I want $20,000 sitting in my bank account, which I'm very much on the way to that. That will happen this year, but I also am manifesting 75 people in my Successful Lazy Bitch School this summer. It's just kind of a really, I'm like, oh, I can definitely hold that. And also it's the biggest number ever. Mm-hmm. And that also the amount of money that comes with that is just absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. So it's just, yeah, that's what I'm building up towards and manifesting, just visualizing and calling in.
Love it. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. What is Successful Lazy Bitch School?
I haven't even released it yet. I've just been teasing. I'm like, yep, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Okay. Yeah, there will be more. I literally have, it all came downloaded to me one evening at midnight, when I was in Crohn bleeding, and yeah, it's going to be so good.
So everyone listening, we're recording this at the beginning of March. So by the time you hear this, depending on when it's released, it might already be out. So you should go look.
I'm releasing the first sneak peek mid-April.
Okay, great. Okay. It might already be out, you guys. Go look. So this podcast is called Business as a Magical Practice, where we don't only use our magical and spiritual practices to boost our business, but we also use our business as a tool for soul evolution. Can you tell me how you use your business in this way?
For me, every time I have a really big up level or goal or vision in mind, it requires me to go on a spiritual journey. And I know I've alluded to that a lot during this, interview, but I have to release things that are not true and ground down into the truth and ground down into, with the womb work I do a lot of work with Grandmother Moon and, our womb trees and connecting with Mother Earth and the divine feminine energy. And if I don't actively search that out and spend time with my guides and my higher power and my spirituality and my highest self, I can't hold everything that I do in my business. And so every time I hit I'm not during an up level with my business, I have to surrender even more to my spirituality. And they go hand in hand for me. It is just, I don't even know. It just happens naturally. It really does fuel, yeah. I can't even figure out how to quantify it. My business, I have to have that spiritual aspect in order to do everything that I do, because I channel a lot. It all is intuitive. Guides, spirit guides, my client spirit guides speak to me, their higher selves speak to me. And I have to have that connection in order for my business to feel this good.
Mm-hmm. So it almost forces you to be more consistent with it.
Oh, for sure. Because when I'm not, I feel so floaty, and the way that I ground into the truth, sometimes, it's getting into my body, mm-hmm. but it's returning back to the spiritual realm.
Mm. Do you have any daily practices you love doing or weekly practices?
Every full moon, I have like a full moon gathering and we have our rituals there. I like to dance outside naked under the full moon. My kids join me now. I love it so much. Like even when it's cold, we might stay inside, but the moon comes, like our house is basically all windows. So we just look out at the moon and dance. But I don't know if it's necessarily daily, but I come in before I work often and I have a couple certain candles that I light and some incense, and I have my crystals around, and I just take a moment to like sit with myself, and I ground down into the earth. I grow my womb tree roots deep into the earth, and then my tree's branches grow until it holds a moon in its hand, and I just absorb like the moon's silver light into my body, and I feel that connection to my higher power. And then I'm also grounded really deep into the earth, and I feel that like golden energy from the earth come up, and it's this beautiful matching like in my womb of super grounded down, but also very connected to everything else. And if I am grounded and connected, I can handle anything. Like the rest of the little mistakes or little things that happen in business, or the things that we can make a really big deal, I can tap into that wisdom and be like, that doesn't actually matter. And then I don't get, spazzed out about it. And I'm just like, okay, well, we'll handle that. It's not a big deal.
So good. Mm-hmm. So do you have any advice for people who are just starting out in business, making that first scary leap?
A lot. So let me think of like the one that I think is the biggest priority. Don't fall prey to the belief that you have to earn your way to the top. You have to put in your dues, or I can't be a SLB at Rach. Like I've got to make money. Like, no, that's how you make money. Like start off with really strong boundaries for yourself. Know when your work hours are. You're not trading 9 to 5 to work 24/7. Whoever made that up can like, gross. No, like you get to start out, and you are worthy of having all of your desires simply for the fact that you want them and you exist, and you don't need to earn them through doing. That's my best piece.
Done. So where can everyone find you online, Rachel?
I hang out mostly on Instagram, which is just rachel.symington, and same with my Facebook. I don't have a free Facebook group or anything because I'm too lazy for that. And you can also, my podcast, so by the time this comes out, I'll have relaunched it. It's formerly Bleed and Succeed podcast, now the Successful Lazy Bitch podcast.
Oh, fun.
I know. I'm not changing the content really. It just sounded more fun. Marrying the two together. And I would definitely, the podcast is a great place. And then come introduce yourself in the DMs. Like, I really like chatting with people genuinely. So if you hear this podcast, don't just go follow me. Like, say, hey, what's up? Like, let's have a conversation.
Awesome. Well, thank you so, so much, Rachel. This was amazing for all of the stories, vulnerability, and just hearing your story and inspiring the successful lazy bitch in all of us.
I really appreciate having me on, and it's like I said, I really love doing podcast interviews. And if you take anything from this, you're literally already a successful lazy bitch. You just need to realize that.
Ending message, y'all.